From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play, 2nd down coming up. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Here we go. Right.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Now inside the 25. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all on one throw.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Pass complete there to Harrison. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That one 28 yards on the ground. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. And his throw is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34.
Yellow. Look at it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Easy. Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, son. Right.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now it's Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Yellow.
Slot man moves right. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Mahomes going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The 2nd quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now here's Mahomes. Now the ball comes loose. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Butker on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw is Fields. That is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Here we go. Good.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And his throw is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Out of the gun, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line.
Here we go, son.
Back to throw. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Here we go, son. Son.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you prayed for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. From the gun, here's Fields. And that would get a right-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Here we go.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 21 yards away. And the Jets are back within a score. Now Ryland for the PAT. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guy.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. Out. Go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Here we go. You got communication. Right?
Here's Fields. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Here we go. Right.
Here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go, son.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll roll him out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Don't jump, man.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll bite. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Fields now to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Fields. Incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going to go. It's Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They work now on 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap, Fields. Forced out to his left. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 15. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. In motion right, that's Harrison. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Mahomes to throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Chiefs add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now it's Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Here we go. EQ. Tonight.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Nose up. Ready? Right.
Fields throwing again. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here we go, son.
Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Here we go, son. Right.
To throw is Fields. Now he's forced out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Throwing again on second down. Fields. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going. Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Fields. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Yeah, the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And all the way down to the 29. 136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Fields. Flush to his right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Here we go. Go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. 2nd down and 4.
Hey. Here we go. Good. Extend.
Here's Fields. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs. Bucker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Here we go.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Throwing again is Fields. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to him,
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Angel. Right.
Looking to throw. Fields. Flush to his right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Here we go, son.
They snap it to Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this